All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is June 30th, 2024. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger Please. We're back at it again. It's been a good week of moving. And as you can see, I'm in a new location. I'm finally in the new streaming room. Still getting it actually set up completely, but I'm happy to say that it's functional. So I'm definitely looking forward to this stream.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a week and a half now. We opted out to stream today instead of our usual Wednesdays for a couple of reasons. One is because Chris now has a new job. He has to, coordinate a few things from now on. So his timing, at least he's able to stream at sometimes in the week. So, but unfortunately, it's like we will have to readjust our schedules from here now. And this is a good way to do it, especially because we do have GOFEST coming up next week. We're going to be appearing at GOFEST. We'll talk about that momentarily. We have a bunch of news to talk about, so we are definitely right at the end of the month, and we're starting a new month, so we have a bunch of news to talk about. Some cool stuff happening from the week and weekend. We've been getting more lucky than usual, for sure. And hopefully the setup is a little bit better. I hope that you guys can actually hear Chris well. I'm sure, we have tried a few things here and that tends to happen in the end of the day. So I appreciate everybody who is here. If you can chat, that's great. If not, just listen to us. We will be here. We're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Don't forget to check us out at thepokemonprofessor.com/purified podcast. Hold on. That's what I was worried about.
Me disappearing?
Yeah. So again, guys, I'm trying something new. So I'm trying various new things here and there. But we'll work it out. Don't worry. I knew, that's why I didn't say anything until then. But again, check us out at purifiedpodcast.com/the Pokemon Professor Network. Wonderful people to work with every single time. Make sure you check out all their podcasts. Lord Up, Special Conditions, Gotta Watch Them All, Waste Spotters Podcast, and of course, Good Morning Johto. And we're all going to be in New York. We have actually made the effort and actually made sure that everybody will be appearing in New York during this time period. So I'm glad that this is happening. So that's good. So interesting enough, that's how we were going to work it around. Chris, how about you tell us, how's your week been?
It's been a fantastic week. Just getting situated with my new job. A lot more sun than my old job in a warehouse. So,
in the
looking
summer
forward
heat.
to that. Yeah. Dude, the first day I didn't put on sunscreen. I was burnt. Julie was very mad at me. But yeah, I've been putting on sunscreen the next few days, and yeah, I haven't been half as bad.
So when I see you this 4th of July and everything, actually no, when do you fly in on?
I'll be flying the 5th in the morning.
5th in the morning, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What time in the morning?
I know our flight leaves at 5. We'll probably be landing around 7. I can check in the meantime.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, you will be there by the time the whole day starts for you guys. But your park gameplay is not until Sunday?
Yeah. We have the city.
But the city experience
pass
Friday
for
and Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about exactly what our plans is for both Saturday. Sunday will be a little bit iffy, but that's because I will be leaving earlier in the day, not the whole day, of course. But I mean, I have to make sure that I'm in the airport by the time I fly in. If not, I'm not gonna make it to work the next day. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you're settling in. I was gonna say that you're gonna be a red tomato by the time I see you next time. So I hope that that's not the case.
No.
But I'm glad. I'm glad that you're doing well and you're doing adjusting to your new life, and you'll be adjusting way more next month for sure. Changing a few things here and there. You gotta give me free tickets to Universal or something, brother.
Oh my gosh! If I work there, by all means.
Yeah, I know.
But Yeah, we're at the limit right now, just because of going to the honeymoon over in Universal, California.
No, I figure as much. That's not a problem there.
We'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we can do. No worries. All right. Well, we have a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's get into our hauls. Just before we actually get into our hauls this week, we do have a few things to go over. There's 3 events technically that we gotta go over. One of them was, we are in the birthday event, so we're talking all Pokemon Go stuff, celebration, I guess I should say. We also had Elite Race for Mega Rayquaza during the weekend, and we'll talk about the experiences when it comes down to it. And then I think we had another event right before then, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, the Scorching Steps. Scorching Steps was one of the events that I was hoping to get something good out of it. Of course, I didn't. And Cyndaquil Classic. Did we talk about Cyndaquil Classic? I think we did. I may be going crazy, guys.
That's Cyndaquil?
Yeah, Cyndaquil Classic. I think we talked about it or not.
I don't think we did, because I think I did Cyndaquil up here.
Yes, I believe so. I don't remember.
No, wait. I don't think we talked about it.
No, we didn't, because you were over there. Then I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna see Chris even if he was working. Oh yeah, no, you were working that day, and then you left to Orlando.
That's true. Yep, that's the day I left.
Yeah, so we didn't really talk about that. Okay, so we have a lot of holes to cover for sure. But before we get, again, let's talk about how we did. So Cyndaquil Community Day Classic was the past weekend, if I remember correctly. Did you get anything?
Yeah, I only got 2 shiny Cyndaquil. I did not want a bunch. But I was happy to get 2. I will say I don't think I evolved more than like 1.
Yeah. I think I got a rank 1 PvP one somewhere in my
for Great League.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Either Great League or Ultra League. Let me check.
Personally, I'd probably prefer Ultra League.
I may have forgot to actually evolve them though.
hey, December. It's only 6 months away.
Yeah,
sorry, 5 months away.
5 months, yeah, I know, right? We're getting there. Yeah, I may have forgot to evolve them after doing all of that. Let me just make sure. Typhlosion.
Getting them is half the battle.
Yeah, no, I forgot.
Evolving them is the other.
It is how it is. It works on a hose. But yeah, for my day, went a little ham over it. So Classic, I was like super chill about it. I was like, I'll let the Go Plus catch things. I'll click on a few here and there. I was more, prevalent to actually hatch eggs during that weekend, just because of the Scorching Steps event that was happening. I still ended up with 47 shinies. I don't know how that happened. I wasn't even trying, man. I don't know. Man, that's hilarious. But yeah, it is how it is when it comes down to it. I was just hanging out with some friends. We did, walk around a few things. We did get the Hundo. That was actually pretty cool. We did get the Hundo Cyndaquil again. So that's pretty amazing. Then we move over to the birthday celebration, and then Elite Rates for Mega Rayquaza. So birthday celebrations happened a couple of days ago. Started then. We have brand new shinies debuting. Well, new-ish with caps, because it's just Grimer with a hat, and then everything else is all the hats, parties, and everything. So it's also a started event. Have you gotten anything from that yet, Chris?
From the hat?
Well, the birthday celebration, but yes.
Oh, I don't think I got anything fun really. Well, nothing event. Nothing from the event. I have gotten some other stuff off to the side though.
It's the side. What about Scorching Steps?
No. Again, just more side stuff.
Side stuff.
Nothing from part of the event. I was very happy with hatching a few Larvestas here and there, but oh my gosh, dude, I wish the event was just a tiny bit longer.
That would have been nice instead of just 4 days for sure. I was hatching like crazy. I was trying to get as much eggs as possible when it came down to it. Wasn't really, my event as always, I was hatching Larvestas, but every time I get a 2K and a 5K, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this. So it is what it is when it comes down to it. Well, it is. Yeah, it is what it is. I also keep saying it. And then Mega Rayquaza Elite Raids, the most controversial event of the year probably at this point. Just like a lot of people mentioned, Mega Rayquaza being one of the most powerful Pokemons that we have right now, aside from Necrozma coming out for us at least. But Elite Raids and how they portrayed it, I guess it wasn't really the best. However, I was able to get a community going. I was, messaging Facebook groups. I was messaging the Discord. We were trying to coordinate. I was not able to make the afternoon ones from 12 to 1. I was only able to make the evening ones, which is the 5 and 6 p.m. ones. And we did about 5 raids for Mega Rayquaza. The spoiler here is that I actually got a hundo on the very first one. And this little bastard, after 18 balls, decided to almost not stay. So I went ahead and used my Master Ball on it. Even though I already have 2 other Mega Rayquazas ready to go. I just had to do it, brother.
I get it. There's a word. The way I was thinking about it, I was like, man, he's already got 2 Hondas. But then I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, man, there's way worse things you could throw a Master Ball at.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there gotta be something else that in the end of the day. I mean, I'm gonna hate if I actually get a Necrozma Hondo, and then I'm just like, I can't get it because of that. It was. As fun as it was, my expectations were low. Like, I was literally at the cuff end of things and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna get anything good. Maybe if I get a shiny, that'd be lucky. I just want the community to have some fun. We had over 2 lobbies most of the time, and that was just people just trying to make sure that they were doing the raids at the afternoon or evening times and everything. But that was hilarious. But still, it was amazing having 2 lobbies. The first time we actually went in on the first raid, which actually that's where I got the Hondo, we only had 8 people in the lobby. And Rayquaza we were getting demolished, destroyed completely. Like, we had at least 5 parties just from, my buddies and everything just completely get destroyed. Every single time a Pokemon goes in, it just gets one-shotted, and Mega Rayquaza is no joke. Even with the proper counters, it was no joke when it came down to it. And I was like, I was a little afraid that we were not going to finish it, but we did. That's when I got the Hondo, so I was rewarded because I want to make sure everybody was getting the chance to do it. So the good thing about things is that it was a 45-minute timer every time it hatched. So it wasn't really too bad to coordinate, but it was spread out just because it is elite raids. And just because they announced that they're going to be an elite race, they kind of messed up on a few things. So Niantic Cat doing his wonders on this point. And we had no 24-hour timers on the eggs to populate, so we couldn't really coordinate ahead of time. They told us that the eggs were going to start populating at 6 a.m. on the same day. So, and then, of course, our good friends in New Zealand and almost Australia and Japan, they got screwed over because the timers were not appearing or the eggs were not appearing at this point. So they were actually, as always, the guinea pigs of things. So I do apologize for all our listeners over there. However, they did mention that they will do good to those affected. Stay tuned for more details.
Yeah, I will say I'm always sad that they got to go into everything expecting to not have it go as expected for them.
Yeah.
But I will say the fact that Niantic's always like, yo, we'll give you an extra day or something every time. That's really nice. But then it's like, well, what if they can't do it the other day?
Yeah. Yeah. No, they I'm sure that their makeup, whatever that they're thinking of doing, will always also be kind of weird in the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was one of those things. I still had fun out of the 5 race that we did. A bunch of people came, a lot of people that getting a small little community back together. Again, once we actually got more people to actually appear in the raids, we did had over 20 people in each lobby. We did a couple of Raikus, no shinies for us, unfortunately. But yeah, it was actually fun. in some way, shape, or form. I'm glad that at least it does make people go out, even if you already have, the Rayquaza. But there are a lot of newer-ish players that don't really have it, so it's good to have it regardless in that sense. So, again, we're not as happy at how it was executed this time around. I do believe that every single elite raid that we had since the introductions of them have been a complete mess, to say the least. And then, Chris, did you do anything for raid day?
Yes. I got out of work around 12:30. I'll be real. There was a few at the place I work, like a lot. There was like 2 that started at 12, and then 2 that started at like 2?
Oh.
And I was like, should I stay and do these? But I didn't see anyone hop in. It is possible I missed it because I did get out at 12:30, and I wasn't watching it like a hawk. So part of me was debating trying to get in at least one of them there. I wish I could have, but it's a job, I gotta focus.
Yeah, of course.
But I left, tried to hit up a raid with my friend that I live with, and he got called into work at 3. So I was like, the next ones are at 5, so goodbye. But Julie got home at 4. We headed out, and we tried to hit one at a park. It was very low timer, like 10 minutes left. I was like, I don't know, maybe somebody's here. We hopped in, just the 2 of us. It was only us. I was like, this ain't gonna work. And part of me thought that the quest for the meteorite was just battle a mega raid.
No.
Or battle an elite raid, not win an elite raid. So after I saw that, I was like, we're not gonna get a meteorite, are we? And then I drove to the other one at the same park that was starting at 6. And we stopped there, and then I just see 2 people hop in, 4 people hop in, 6 people. I'm like, what? So I hop in, and like there's a bunch of cars around, so it's not like it was spoofers or anything.
Right.
But it ended up being like 15 people. I was like, oh, thank goodness. We're going to get at least one.
Yeah.
But then I saw that there was another one at a park really close by to our house. And we drove over there. Again, another 15 group. So I was very happy that. And actually was able to join the local Discord group. And I found out they raid at the park that we went to last every Wednesday. So I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Hey, that's good. You found a community, so that's great. I mean, I know Orlando has a great community when it comes down to it.
They got like 5 communities. Yeah,
that's good.
Same as Sarasota.
Yeah, that's nice when it comes down to it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like divided in districts, just like we have it over here, between Brighton and Sarasota in the end of the day. But I'm glad. I mean, that means that you're able to coordinate some raids and some stuff over there when you have the chance. Especially because it sounds like when you're working, you can hit a couple of raids in between here and there. But I'm glad. I'm glad that you're able to find a quick community out there. Hope to see many more chances now that you're actually able to play days. It's like.
Yeah. I'm glad the time I'm getting out, I should be at least able to play at least half events, even on a day I work.
You say you work mostly until like what, 2:00?
Or 12? I get out at 12:30.
You'll be fine then.
Yeah. So like worst case scenario, an event starts at what, 9?
Most events, community day starts like at 2.
Yeah, so like most of the events, I'm not really worried about missing out on too much of.
And the the actual spawn events like the Scorching Steps and everything, or the birthday celebration don't start until 10 a.m. anyways. So,
yeah, I'm not worried.
No, I'm actually more glad because I feel like you'll be able to play a little bit more.
I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, so I'm glad that this kind of change actually affects you in some way. And again, the life gets in the way sometimes. And in the last few years, Chris has been able to make a few events, sometimes not make another some events. Elite Raid Day, I was hoping he was gonna come around, but I know he was working. So I mean, I wasn't gonna make him drive 2 hours just to actually play
for Mega Ray.
just for Ray. Especially when we all you and I think we have 2 hunters, right? Now I have 3. So
yeah.
So
yeah, I think I only got 2 right now.
I would have been so incredibly excited if it would have been a Shando at that point. So
hey, you always got next time, and you won't need the Master Ball on that one.
Oh shit, I know, right? I was like, I don't know. It's like I was just doing the raid. Everybody was doing. I was doing it for my friend too. And so I look at the CP. I'm like, that's a Hondo number. What the f? Why is it? Why the very first one too? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, let's move on. I'm glad again that you're able to do and play and now find a community out there. I don't know. Maybe you'll find JT Valor somewhere around there too, because I know he plays a lot of the online there. But that would be hilarious if that's the case. Regardless, we had some, ups and downs when it comes down to elites. We have some up and downs when it comes to other events. But we're still playing the game every day, just like always. But let's get into the news, because we actually have a bunch of research topics for the week and a half now, actually, now that I think about it. But that's because we tend to not have everything until now. Again, updating some stuff. Let's talk July content. So we have a bunch of news about July, especially because GOFEST is just around the corner, only a few days away. Can't wait for that. I'm calling off every other day from now on.
I don't get to brag about my Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only happy because of one. I just wanted to...
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I just wanted to talk about at least one of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the first 2 are lame. Caterpie and Meowth. Who cares about those? But I got a shiny Dedenne.
Hey!
So I was very happy about that.
It wasn't a Pokemon Sleep? It wasn't a Pokemon Sleep?
No. All Pokemon Go.
Pokemon. I wasn't going to say.
In Pokemon Sleep, I think I only got a Slowpoke recently.
Yeah. I got a seal on that, and that's about it. That's all I'll say for now.
Seal? I can't remember. I thought you got a Totodile too. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a Totodile. I'll be happy if I do, but I don't think that's possible. Yeah, I almost forgot about the haul just because we were talking so much about this. Anything else that you want to relay?
Not really. Like, there's a few PvP Pokemon here and there, but nothing like crazy.
Well, I did mention I have 47 shiny Cyndaquils. Some of them have already gone to home for no reason. Again, I'm just like, I don't know why I was catching so many. But that's what it is. I did get 2 shiny Yveltals. One of them is actually decent. It's actually an 86 now that I think about it. Yeah, it's a 15, 14, 14. So that's pretty cool. I did also get my Hondo Yveltal. I forgot about saying that too.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil what else you got, but that was a crazy raid hour for you.
Dude, I was like... so the Hondo Yveltal actually was a remote. I took a remote and I was like, wait, why does those numbers look familiar? And once again, I get the Hondo. So Hondo Yveltal, Hondo Rayquaza, Hondo Oddish for some reason. And then for shinies, the Yveltals, shiny Charmander with the party hat. I traded for Igumi. And I also got 4 shiny Meltons from the mystery box. Today alone, on the first same box. I'm like, I opened my first box like, on the day of the event started. I didn't get any shinies. This is more than enough right now. 4 shiny Meltons. None of them were good IBs. I won the Shando. But,
hey, lucky trade.
Yeah, that's what it is. Have you been opening your box?
I just opened my first one today.
Okay. All right. Well, it is how it is. It will reset in 2 days, so you'll be fine. Actually, I thought it was gonna reset like a lot later in the day today. I was hoping to do it during the stream, but I looked at the box this morning and I was like, wait, why is it like reset now? I was like, okay, I'll just do it now because I want to wait more. I want to do more. And then I got the 4 shinies. I was like, okay, I don't know how the heck that happened. What's the last Honda? I remember saying, yeah, Oddish, Rayquaza, Yveltal, and then a Cyndaquil. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. That's crazy. Anyways, let's move on. July content update is here. We got a bunch of featured Pokemon, every single one being an Ultra Beast. Do you consider Necrozma an Ultra Beast?
Personally, I count Necrozma as a legendary. I'm sure people would fight me on that.
Yeah.
But I also haven't played
Sun and Moon that much?
enough of Gen 7 to really like do that. I have like seen the encounter and everything with Necrozma. I don't remember him coming through the portal when you encounter him,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll move when it comes down to it. So we have July 8th to 9th, we have Guzzlord. The 9th to the 10th, we have Nihillo. Celesteela and Kartana in their respective hemispheres, north and south, from the 10th to the 11th. Stakataka, the 11th to the 12th. Bucephalon from the 11th to the 12th. Buzzwole from the 12th to the 15th in the Americans and Greenlands. And then Pheromosa in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa and India, sorry, I should say, from the 12th to the 15th. Circuitry will be on the Asia Pacific region. And then to end up the month, will be on July 15th to the 23rd. We'll have Articuno and then Tornado's incarnate form from the 23rd to the 3rd. I kind of ask why the two random ones, but I mean, recycling the legendaries, it is how it is.
Yeah, they're just like they're hitting the random number generator on all the flying types, right?
It's like ding, 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 ding. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm still looking for a couple of Hondos. I don't need a Tornado's Hondo, but I do need the Articuno Hondo regardless.
Nah, there's always that Shundo chance, though. That's always cool.
That's good. I mean, we'll be doing the raid hours regardless in the end of the day. As for shinies, we did have already Guzzlord, Nihillo, Celesteela, and Kartana shiny Pokemon, although Kartana has been our bane of our existence since its release. Stakataka and Bucephalon will not be shiny available as of yet, and then Buzzwole, Pheromosa, and Circuitry will be making its shiny debut worldwide for the first time since most of the GOFEST has already had them. We'll have Buzzwole by the time we go to GOFEST New York this next week. Pokemon GOFEST 2024 Global. The following raid bosses will be appearing on day 1 of GOFEST Global. Which that's why I'm not too unhappy about working half the day, because most of this I'll probably be hitting up in after work, or even sometime after that. But Nihillo, Buzzwole, Pheromosa, all the Ultra Beasts, Necrozma will be available also worldwide. Stakataka and Bucephalon. So all the Ultra Beasts and then Necrozma available on July 13 on the first day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time. And then on day 2, we'll have Duskmane Necrozma and Dunwings Necrozma appearing in raids for the entire day from 10 to 6. And then, of course, trainers will have the opportunity to catch Necrozma in its regular form after defeating both Dunwings and Duskmane and Necrozma in raids. However, Ultra Beast and Necrozma caught in raids between 8 to the 15 may have an Ultra Wormhole Expired special background if you're lucky. Which we'll talk about backgrounds too in just a moment too. Mega Raids will have Mega Swampert, pretty good Pokemon regardless, and Mega Aggron. Just get the energy, that's all I'm saying. Get the Hondo if you can. Shadow Raids will appear Shadow Entei for the month of July for the weekends. And then we have our event plan out for the month. July 6th to July 9th, we'll have the Aquatic Paradise. 8th to the 13th, we'll have the Inbound from Ultra Space. Pokemon GOFEST Global from the 13th to the 14th. Can go around with actually having that information anyways. Ultra Unlock Part 1 Better Together from the 17th to the 22nd.
They're like, you're gonna get it. Come on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. July 21st, we'll have Community Day. July's Community Day. It's a little later in the month, but I'm happy because we do have a stack 2 weeks of July. Ultra Unlock Part 2, The Strength of Steel. Dude, if this is Metagross Mega debut, I'm raging.
I've been thinking for the longest time they need to do a Beldum Community Day Classic, and I was like, the Mega has to come out really close to it. I mean, either way, they got to do one before the other, so why not just give us the Mega?
Yeah. Hey, we have some people in the chat. Trainer Mystic, thank you very much for joining us. Obi-Wan Kenobi, thank you so much for joining us. Hi. How you all doing? I appreciate it very much. We're going over the news right now. And then on July 27th, the final Ultra Unlock Part 3 Mega Raid Day. Now, of course, we won't know information about the Ultra Unlocks until after Global, when we'll have the chance to really do what we can in the day. Yes, Trigger is coming. We'll talk about that in a moment too, for that reason. But yeah, so that's the content, or I should say, the dump of news of July, because that's how we call it. Excited, not excited? What do you think, Chris?
I think all of July is loaded. There's not really any events that I'm not excited for. Definitely going to be trying to do whatever I can while I'm awake.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, definitely. That's hilarious when it comes down to it. But yeah, that's pretty cool to say the least. Then, how about you let us know what our community day for July is, Chris?
Yeah, very fun one. The community day for July, I don't think anybody would have guessed it.
Oh, nobody.
Is Dynamo. I don't even know if you guys are going to see the Pokemon on the map. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be like when Meltan first came out and that thing was tiny. But it's going to be all over the place on Sunday, July 21st from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, we're used to it, but it's definitely going to be interesting. The featured attack, when you evolve it all the way to its third stage evolution, you're going to have an Electros with the fast attack Volt Switch, which is honestly very cool. I do like
move.
Volt Switch.
Yeah, it's a decent move. A lot of Pokemons that I know that I would still use, usually use that move anyways.
Yeah, I prefer it on things like Galvantula. Community Day special research story. They don't have they don't have a name for it right now.
They don't care at this point.
Yeah, dude, I could come up with some pretty fun ones for them.
That you have it now. Yeah, go ahead and hire this man already.
yeah. Just give me a free research story for coming up with a name. But for $1 or the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency, you'll be able to get the Community Day exclusive special research story. So for those of you that haven't ever got one, you get a free Electric, Dynamo, and Electros out of it. You just got to complete all of the quests, and I think all of them are like Evolve Electric, Catch Electric, Dynamo, and like stuff like that. Yep. So, if you want to get that, usually I recommend getting it if you're not sure how many you're going to catch. Mm-hmm. But, either way, just have fun. The event bonuses: 1/4 hatch distance when eggs are placed in incubators during the event period. So, always throw in the eggs at least before the end of the event, just so you can get through one round of eggs. 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, and 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive candy extra large from catching Pokemon. Don't forget to Mega Pokemon just so you get that extra large candy, probably like Mega Manectric or something. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. And incense, excluding the daily adventure incense, activated during the event will last for 3 hours, and then take a few snapshots, 5 during Community Day for a surprise, and you get 5 Dynamos. And then 1 additional special trade can be made for a maximum of 3 for the day. Oh my gosh, I forgot that was that many. Mm-hmm. And then trades will require 50% less Stardust. So all the ones that have to do with trades, you can do all the way till 10 p.m. So, I'd recommend waiting until after the community is over, unless you're not going to see a friend after a certain point. Then, you might as well just get the trade out of the way while you can.
Yes.
And then for those of you that already know, it might be a little bit boring, but bonus raid battles, there's going to be Electric. I kept mixing up the names, but Electric is going to be in raid battles, and it's going to be 4-star raids. And if you beat it, a whole bunch of Dynamo will be spawning around the area. If you don't know, Dynamo replaces the spawns that are around there for the most part. So if you caught a lot of Pokemon or you're using your Go Plus Plus, I'd turn it off before you fight the raid if you're worried about getting more Dynamos. But yeah, they'll spawn around there for 30 minutes. You don't even have to beat the raid. You just have to be in the area of somebody that did beat it. So the time to research will be available too for 4 Univus stones. And I guess we need those to evolve electric to Electros. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm glad I got plenty, man.
Yeah, well, we've been playing since the game has come out, so at this point, I'm surprised you don't have any.
I think Electros is one of the more interesting shinies, even though it's not like a huge change. But it's a big enough change that it looks cool. There's going to be plenty of field research, Stardust, Great Balls, more encounters. I love the encounters for the Shundo chance. There's going to be Pokemon showcases, probably going to be Dynamo and Electros. And then there's going to be a Pokemon Go Web Store Ultra Community Day box featuring 10 Ultra Balls, 1 Elite Charge TM, and 1 special research story for $4.99 or the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency. There's going to be event bundles, 2 Community Day bundles, $13.50 for 50 Ultra Balls, 5 Super Incubators, 1 Elite Charge TM, and 5 Lucky Eggs. And then for 80 Pokecoins, you get 30 Ultra Balls, 1 Incense, 3 Super Incubators, and 1 Lure Module. Neither of those really hop out at me.
No.
But, you know,
like I said, if I have to buy Ultra Balls, I'll just spin stops.
Yeah, that I don't know. Ever since starting the game and you buy Pokeballs one time, you're like, oh my gosh, this feels like a scam.
I remember the first and probably the only time I ever did was when I was in Santa Monica one time, and I was having my Go Plus just doing all the catches, but it wasn't spinning as many stops as I thought it would. So I ran out of Pokeballs pretty quickly, and I was like, you know what? Just for this time around, I'll just get the extra 200 that I need. Never again. Never again after that.
There's also going to be event-themed stickers that have Dynamo and all the family on it. Actually, none that feature Electric, just Electros and Dynamo, but they're pretty cute. But that is pretty much it.
Nobody cares about the emo middle child, so
I care.
But yeah, so and then of course you do have your look for trainers around the world for Community Ambassador program and all that. Actually, you might be able to go to one over there in Orlando from now on, Chris. Although I think you're actually going to be in a honeymoon during that time, March.
Yeah, I'll be at work for the first bit of. Wait, no. For the 21st, yeah, I'll be in Vegas.
I figure. Yeah, I figure.
It's gonna have to wait.
We're players. Whatever you and Julie decide to do during those days, that depends on you guys. So I'm just glad that you're at this point now. So good. Anyways, Dynamo Community Day classic. Community Day is here. It will be a classic eventually. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I do like his final evolution as a shiny, but then trying to catch it as a Dynamo is going to be a pain in the butt.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, trying to hit that X.
Just trying to figure out if you actually have the shiny or not at this point. So you're like, is that shiny? I don't know.
Where's the shiny symbol? Yeah,
I know, right? Anyways, but that's that when it comes down to Community Day Dynamo. Let's get into the next piece of news. Also, Trainer Mystic, yes, I do believe I have that. I'll send you that later. Next piece of news here, we have get ready to catch Pokemon with special backgrounds. Debuting ahead of Pokemon GOFEST Global. And we have Necrozma, we have Lunara, and Solgaleo, and this kind of thing. So, a quick synopsis saying since 2023, trainers attending real-world events such as Pokemon Go Tours and GOFEST have had the chance to catch Pokemon with exclusive location backgrounds, souvenir backgrounds that appear on a Pokemon summaries page. Now, all trainers around the world will have the chance to catch Pokemon with new special backgrounds no matter where you are playing from. Basically, it's a debut of backgrounds. It's nothing really new when it comes down to it because, again, we had it for these types of events before. But it looks like during the Inbound from Ultra Space event, we'll have those kind of backgrounds. They're not going to be as cool as the ones that we usually get because the backgrounds you get from going to special events like New York City, Sendai, or any of the city for safaris, technically do have the special background from the city itself, so that's pretty cool. So they're kind of exclusive if you were to actually go to those in the end of the day. And then we'll have, generic okay backgrounds in the back for all this. Gibby, woo! Drowsy finally got here. You're like shaking your head. It's like, yeah, it happens. But yeah, it's special background for Pokemon to catch them at that point. It's just another collection. If you're looking for specific Pokemon with backgrounds and everything. Yeah, so we'll have special ones for the Inbound from Ultra Space event, and then one from the Pokemon GoFest 2024 Global in that sense. So pretty neat. Are you okay having this new aspect of collection?
It's something interesting. I think in my opinion, it's just a way of getting you to want to raid things more. Because they say it's not even guaranteed. It's just a chance, I believe. So, if you want a shiny with the background, it's like, how many are you going to have to catch to get that? So, good luck, but, don't stress out over it. Hopefully you can trade for what you want if you don't get it. But yeah, don't worry more than you already do in the game.
Yeah. It is how it is when it comes down to it. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything when it comes down to this in the end of the day. So it does say here that all trainers will have a chance to receive special backgrounds with Necrozma and Fast Race after making a successful catch. Ticket holders will also encounter Solgaleo and Lunala with a special background as part of their ticket special research. So we'll get a chance for both. So that's pretty cool. I know you know. Yeah, I know. That's just me. That it is how it is when it comes down to it. All right, so next piece of news. Oh, okay, that's good, interesting. We'll talk about it in a second. We do have actually, Chris. I'll let you talk about this one.
Interesting. If we participate in the Pokemon Go Fest 2024 celebration events, you can earn in-game rewards such as Necrozma Fusion Energy and more, which is definitely very interesting because you're not battling them. You're not battling Necrozma, Duskmane, or oh my gosh, what's the other one called? Dawnwings?
Dawnwings and Duskmane.
Duskmane?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, really, this blog or what they're saying is like, if you go to a participating Pokemon League and, you actually can get some rewards for the solar energy, lunar energy to be able to actually, transform. I almost say mega for some reason. Transform Necrozma into those respective forms. But go ahead. I almost took it away from you in the end of the day. So keep talking.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as he said, just find a league that is participating in the play ! Pokemon, and usually they're staffed by Pokemon professors that help you learn and get you initiated in the battling. What are the rewards? There's campfire rewards. Trainers that sign up and check in to campfire meetup events at select participating locations will redeem a code redeemable for the web store, and it will have 100 lunar fusion energy, 100 solar fusion energy, 1 star piece, and 10 Pokeballs. They really had to throw in those Pokeballs for you. I
I
find
mean,
that so funny.
it kind of helps out, I guess. At least
Yeah,
I'm okay
I'll
more with
take it.
Pokeballs than Ultra Balls at this point.
Yeah. Campfire meetups for Pokemon GoFest 2024 celebration events will be again to appear on the Campfire app starting the week July 1st. So really tomorrow.
All
That's
right.
funny.
Yeah.
Additional participatory codes. Stores will have a select quantity of codes for physical distribution to trainers that attend and participate in their events. I guess not all of them are going to be checking in through Campfire, but it really depends on the store and if they're participating in the Play Pokemon. So play it by ear, see what they got. Trainers will need to check in with a league professor or store representative at the event to participate and receive the reward code. So you can't just come in and buy it or something.
Yeah.
Trainers can visit the following. They have a little link on information on how to RSVP and check into official events via Campfire. But yeah, find where you can participate, especially if you're not going to be at GoFest NYC. And if you're worried about getting the energy, I think it's a really cool bonus for getting people out and battling.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this is a good way to go around the whole, just play the event and kind of thing, and then you'll get the solar energy and whatever the energy you have there. Other ways to really help out the players. I mean, we have a lot of GBL or even just regular players for the Play Pokemon series. They just basically, go around and everything. They'll miss regular events just to be able to go to this Play Pokemon events and all that. So I'm kind of glad that this is actually a new incentive that can help the player and help people understand that there's just not the only thing that you have to do to be able to get these types of bonuses in the end of the day. How well will it go? I don't know. We'll have to actually go ahead and talk about some people in the community and see how they work it out. Maybe you'll find some in the Orlando area now that you're over there. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe. I will say I'm not that worried since we're going to be at New York.
Yeah. I mean, we're only going to be able to actually get enough energy to transform into one of them, but I do need to get at least the shinies and the hundos if possible. I'll be doing a lot. But yeah. Next is our GoFest prepped, but we do have an event that will coexist just like every other GoFest in the last month. So enjoy an aquatic paradise featuring Pokemon from Pokemon GoFest 2024 New York. The Utopia awaits. Okay, I won't talk about that anymore. So when is this happening? Saturday, July 6th, 10 a.m. to Tuesday, July 9 at 8 p.m. local time. The wild encounters for this mini event will have Horsey, Staryu, Wingull, Corphish, Clamperl, Ducklet, and Furlish. And if you're lucky, you might encounter a brand new shiny Ducklet. I don't know why that's the Pokemon that we decided for New York, but we'll take it, I guess. Incense encounters. The following Pokemon will appear exclusively from Incense: Shelter, Lapras, Finion, and Frillish. Frillish is pretty cool. I guess I'll call it that.
I'm curious since Frillish is listed twice, I'm curious if we'll get male and female.
I'm guessing the female is the wild one. Yeah, I'm guessing the female will be the wild one, and then the blue one will be the Incense or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. They make the blue more exclusive because since it wasn't Go Battle League since the beginning. I might be wrong. I'm probably 100% wrong, but it is what it is.
It may be 50-50 for all we know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to it either way.
Yes. Collection challenges. Complete the collection challenges to receive rewards encounters with more in Pokemon and all. Bonus says for the event are increased chance of encountering event Pokemon from Incense, 2 types of experience for catching Pokemon, and Incense exclusive Pokemon appearance. Appearance? I don't know why I said it that way. Few research task encounters. Corphish, Clamper, Furlish, and Finion will be available. And then a pay time research for $1.99 or equivalent through your local currency. encounters with ducklets, 4 lucky eggs, 2 incense, and 20 ducklet candy. I mean, the 4 lucky eggs just made it just more than enough for me on that one.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
You're not. It is how it is. But yeah, that's the event. Just like the past 2 events that we have for each one of the GOFEST around. This time around, I'll get the shiny ducklet because I will be a GOFEST during that time. So that will be pretty cool, in to say the least. Man, I am so excited at this point because we're just like a days away. I need to get out of Florida at this point too.
Yeah, I need that Finian and Corefish, so yeah. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah. We have a bit of preparation to do, especially if you are going to New York.
Looking at Metagross.
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be cool if they actually have like shiny Metagross like spawning over there. That we actually we had Lucario last time, didn't we? Yep. Finally. But that would be cool.
Yeah, because Lucario's Mega isn't even out yet, so there is definitely a strong possibility, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Plan ahead, of course, to GOFEST. Make sure that you are well prepared if you're going to New York. You will see us there. We have a couple of announcements right after this that we'll go ahead and let you guys know, of course. But, of course, if you are planning to go to New York, there are possible ways to actually go to Randos Island. You could take the New York ferry to Randos Island. It says right here that is located between East 35th Street ferry landing location at the intersection of East 35th Street and FDR Drive. I'm not entirely sure what the name of that FDR is, but it is what it is. They will travel to and from Randos Islands all weekend long, running from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Tickets are first come, first served and must be purchased prior to boarding. We also have the Express Bus, MTA. We have a couple of things here and there. I will leave it all to the blog post to you guys to actually check it out. I'm sure that all the New Yorkers already know how to get there.
Yeah, I'm really hoping if you guys needed to know how to travel around all the New York everything, I really hope most of you guys already got that situated.
I mean, I already been to New York a couple of times, and I've been to Randos Islands a couple of times, and I'll have a big group going around and everything, so it will be pretty easy for me to move around, if that's the least. If anything, I'll take the Uber, but
I will say I am very happy with Niantic for telling people hey, you guys need to know how you're getting on and off the island.
Oh yeah, definitely. But just getting off the island is pretty cool because during the second day we'll actually be doing our state of grind, which we'll talk in a second here. And we do have the official map for GOFEST. It's basically the same as last year's, but hopefully there's not a lot of constructions in between the two places. That'd be kind of nice. We had a little bit issue that kind of bottleneck our walking from here and there. So it wasn't really that great to go from one place, especially going from the Gosley Woods to the poolside cabana. The little intersection in between, for some reason, it was really hard to go through. So hopefully that gets fixed, or it is already fixed by the time it gets there. Just want to make sure that everything goes there. Yeah, it looks like that there's nothing much. And there is a QR code here, guys, if you want to check it out in the end of the day. But that's New York. Again, many different ways to actually get into the island and how to actually go through Manhattan and everything. I think from the island to Manhattan, it's like a 25-minute walk. But we'll be doing more than that in just a moment. Because we are special guests in the Lure Up State of Grind number 2. So we are happy to announce that we will be in the New York State of Grind. Technically day 2. So join us as we are going to be walking with a bunch of content creators out there on Saturday from 1 p.m. for a 5-mile walk through Manhattan. We're going to be from Randos Island all the way to the Nintendo store on the other side of Manhattan. So you get your running shoes or walking shoes or whatever the case may be. We're about to go ahead and go ham during that day. But Chris, I hopefully you are making some time for this since we are part of this in the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be down to clown.
We'll plan out a few things because Saturday I'm also have the full city experience, so I'll be there for sure. But we can plan out maybe either breakfast or late lunch, or I'm sorry, early lunch, and then we can just head over there and then just walk the crap out of it in the end of the day. I can tell you for sure, it's gonna be a walk. It's gonna be a walk, Chris. I can tell you that much because
Oh, I'm ready. I just don't know if the people I'm with will be as ready.
yeah, I know, right? But again, guys, join us, meetups. I actually was able to purchase some stickers for the podcast, and that will be arriving here right before I actually leave for New York. So if you want a sticker from us, at the very first Purified podcast stickers that we have here for y'all. So make sure you join us. We'll be right in there. And then, just to say the least, we actually have other creators that were actually part of this State of Grind. Where are all this now? So we also have David as the special guest. David Hernandez as the Pokemon Turns is gonna be there. He's gonna be walking with us the entire time. Yes. Lure is also doing an official Niantic Noble meet and greet. Make sure you check them out in the notable meet and greet tent on the specific days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. They also have a raffle to be able to win a Pokemon Go Plus Plus, so make sure you check them out. We also have Chris Bell, and Jamal Harbert from the Wastewater podcast joining us, of course. Basically, everybody who's part of the Pokemon Professor Network will be there. Just to make sure you go to. And then we also have Omnisec, a special New Yorker, has been an amazing Pokemon Go content creator in the last few years, who will be there with us there. And Dandy in the Bronx, probably the sharpest person in the entire group, will be there, probably walking around in a suit, ready to go for that walk. So that'll be hilarious, but it's still, I think it's gonna do that anyways. But yeah, and then of course we'll have Just Will from the Special Conditions, and then of course Adam will be there too. So happy to that being the case. This podcast will go live hopefully by tomorrow morning if I get everything run ready. If not, we'll be ready by Tuesday if everything goes well. I just have to get things prepared in the end of the day. Chris, you actually wanted to mention something during the month of July.
Yeah.
What you notice?
Yeah, I was looking at the July dump of news, and I was like, oh, we skipped over something a little bit.
Did we? I forgot.
Yeah, the raid hours and the spotlight hours.
That was actually a part 2 of the tweet that I didn't even see.
yeah, I don't blame you. July 3rd is going to be Ho-Oh. Guzzlord is going to be July 8th. Nihiligo is going to be, I know I'm going to butcher some of them, is July 9th. Celesteela and Kartana are going to be July 10th in their respective areas. Stakataka, Blacephalon, and both of them are going to be July 11th in Eastern and Western, respectively. And then Buzzwole, Pheromosa, and Xurkitree are going to be July 12th. Articuno is going to be July 17th, and then Tornadus is going to be July 24th and July 31st. I'm definitely looking forward to all of those. A few shiny debuts in there. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited. I haven't had a Tuesday free for Spotlight Hour in the longest time.
Yeah. So
and we got a fun one coming up.
Yeah, so Spotlight Hours for the month of July. Pikachu wearing the cake hat on July 2nd with 2x catch experience. This is, of course, a sort of shiny in some ways because, Chris definitely wants that birthday.
Yeah, caked up on a Tuesday afternoon. Let's go.
Hey, whatever you do in your free time is up to you, brother. Then we have Seal on July 9th from 2x Cash Candy. We had a community day for this, right? Yeah, so.
Yes.
Yeah, so. Barnacle will be on July 16th. That's pretty cool. 2x Transfer Candy. Diglett will be on July. Diglett and a Alolan Diglett will both appearing as a double duo on July 23rd with 2x Evolution Experience, and then Togedemaru on July 30th with 2x Catch Stardust. pretty interesting to say the least when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Togedemaru.
I
I
don't
mean,
either.
people that need steel types probably love it, though.
I mean, just do your Melton box at this point now. But yeah, how it is when it comes down to it. And that's pretty much it. That's all we got, guys. So that's actually a bunch of stuff that we had to cover. We are going to skip our PvP section this time around, just because we had a lot to cover, and I think we're well over our limit here, or we're actually getting right there and then. But yeah, so to say the least, an amazing month of July. It's almost here. We're super excited. Make sure you check us out, at the State of Grind in New York. Hey, make sure if you actually recognize us when we're in New York, make sure you just, tap into the shoulder, say hello, talk about things. We're here. We want to be part of the community just as much as you do. So make sure you check us out everywhere and all that stuff here and there. Chris, do you have anything else to add just in case?
Nothing Pokemon Go related too much. Other than, definitely looking forward to Pokemon GoFest, because I think, oh my gosh, I don't know if we're doing a podcast before GoFest. I think this is the last one, right?
This is, yes. This is the podcast that will be before the next GoFest. And then we'll do podcasts when we come back. Actually, no, you won't be back, right? Until like way later.
I don't. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. No worries. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to us in today live. If you're joining us live, thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you so much again for anybody who actually joined me in Request Elite Raid Day. It was super fun, so I do appreciate it. We do have Strong Like the Virus, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi here in the chat right now, a part of our community that we hope to see you guys there. Pokemon Sleep, again, we are actually cutting it a little bit short, just because if not, we will be here for another 2 hours, because we have so many things to go over. But we'll talk about it in the next piece of news, regardless of how it may be. With that being said, of course, thank you so much for listening, guys. I usually do my card here, but I think that I have to set everything up again, because I did kind of set this up last minute. So thank you for listening in our podcast services feeds, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music. If you can leave us a review, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It does help out a ton to the podcast itself. Follow our social media, myself at Pure Let It Go, Chris at Pokemon Trigger Please. That's PKMN Trigger Please with a C at the end. We also have the Purified Podcast Twitter. If you guys want to actually just join us there, follow us, doesn't matter. Join our Discords, our special Discord for this, but also the Pokemon Professor Discord. It is in the show notes, in the show link. So make sure you check us there, and don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com or theprofessornetwork.com/purifiedpodcast. With that being said, Chris, take us away for the night.
All right. Moved up to Orlando, but very happy to still be in the podcast. I hope you guys are all enjoying what's going on in Pokemon Go. Plenty going on this month, so get out there, get playing. Just make sure you got enough Pokeballs, got enough Pokemon space for Pokemon Go Fest. I'm mostly talking to myself here. But yeah, have a good time, and we'll catch you guys sometime next week, where hopefully we'll be recapping some really cool catches from Pokemon Go Fest. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.